Hey everybody, welcome back to Worried to Wealthy. Today, what we're going to be going over is my cash journey. If you guys didn't know, I'll post a video up here on the right-hand side, but basically I was doing a cash journey. I felt like I was spending too much. I heard the benefits of spending all cash, and I decided, hey, if I'm spending too much, people say this might work. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So I'll link that video up above. And what I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to let you guys know if I ended up spending more than I thought, ended up saving more, or if I ended up spending every single dime of the $2,500 I allotted myself. And then I'll also give you a little special treat. That's actually why I have a calculator up here. It's a bittersweet moment. But let's get into it. So what I learned, and I actually did some research on this. MIT actually did a study, and they said on average they found that credit card buyers bid more than twice as much as cash buyers. And so this is from MIT, and what they had a silent auction of sold out Celtic tickets, and basically what they were saying is again, like, credit card buyers bid more than twice, not even a little, like a little less than twice, more than twice in cash buyers bid, which I think is actually kind of interesting. I also did some more research, and I went on to NerdWallet. And what's interesting is that from an often cited study, one conducted by Dun and Bradstreet, that basically the company found that people spend more than 12 to 18%, excuse me, more using credit cards instead of cash. And basically, unless if you're paying back a credit card purchase immediately, right? Like if I go to Costco and let's say I buy a TV, right? If I step out of Costco after I buy it and I go and onto my app and pay off my credit card, then you're not going to feel that pain of that bill till basically a month later. And I've seen that. So what I would do in my cash journey is if I go, like, for example, there's some things that you can't pay for in cash, like Amazon. Like, I'm not going to send Amazon an envelope full of cash. They won't accept it. So when I bought, for example, I bought some electrolytes on Amazon, what I would do is I would pay for it with my card, and then immediately afterwards I would go to the bank, right? Either I'd put a tab on the fridge, like, okay, I have this and that, and that day or the next day I would go to the bank and deposit that money. So I actually felt the pain of, like, okay, well, I wanted to buy some electrolyte sticks, so I had to take $40 out of my wallet and take that away, and it was gone. I put it back into the bank like I was paying for something in cash, and I had that pain of having less money in my wallet, which was really, really interesting, and it really, really helped. The other thing as well, which was kind of cool though, is that I still got the benefit of using the credit card. So I get like 5% cash back, right? Which is pretty cool. But that being said, right, like 5% cash back doesn't mean anything if you're spending 12 to 18% more, like this study found. Um, but since I'm using cash, like, I'm paying for it, and I again, my spending slowed definitely quite a bit. And what's interesting is that these credit card companies know there's like a psychological benefit, and like it hijacks our reward system. With credit cards, it's because you don't pay for something in the moment when you buy it. It's psychologically less painful, and basically you're spending your future money in the present. I also went to a pretty famous channel, Ramsey. If you guys haven't heard of Dave Ramsey, they're big in the financial space. And basically, you spend less. And again, like they've talked about it. Like, for example, I use $20 bills. And when they say, look, watching those $20 bills leave your wallet or using the envelope system makes you actually think about what you're spending. And same here. Another study from MIT found that credit cards basically motivate spending by exploiting the reward network system in our brain. Basically, they know that you're going to spend more money using credit cards. It's been proven again, again, and again. When you have cash, you actually have something tangible leaving your wallet, and then it's not yours anymore. So, that being said, on my cash journey, I had $2,500 to spend minus rent. So rent was separate. This was all just like spending money for food and gas and insurance and whatever else it may be. And so, a little drum roll, please. I actually spent $500 less than I allotted myself, which I was actually really, really excited about. And guys, it really, really works. I encourage you, if you guys think you've been spending too much, or maybe you just want to switch it up for fun, maybe you're like kind of like a dork like me and like doing these different challenges, I'm telling you, just doing it for a month, it changes your perspective. And sure, it's a kind of a pain to go to the bank like 5 to 10 times. Luckily, my grocery store had like an ATM right there. I just deposit money, and it was also a bank as well, so I could walk in and stuff like that. Um, but I'm telling you, I ended up saving $500. And here's the bittersweet moment. So actually, in the month of July, I ended up losing my job. And so you realistically, so my salary after taxes, I'd probably make 10K. And so the whole goal of this cash thing was to be able to save 60% of my income, right? So I save hopefully 6,000, I spend 4,000 or less. And so the bittersweet moment was one, of course, I lost my job, which kind of sucked. But the good news is I actually ended up saving a lot more money than I thought. And here's the really cool thing. Do that. So I did my net worth. You guys actually kind of already got there. Got a little sneak peek. But basically, my net worth actually at the end of July was $476,000, $100,000, right? And so if I minus that by what my net worth was at the beginning of July or the end of June, right? So a month before, my net worth was this. And so even while I was spending money, I took all my bank statements, I took a little bit of my crypto, I took my HSA, I took all three of my big places that I put my money, my two brokerages, and then my 401k, and I ended up $18,000 more than last month, even though I lost my job. And so that I think it's just really, really cool. One, I wasn't expecting to lose my job, so the cast journey was just cool. But two, I ended up spending less money. And three, it was nice. Like I needed to save more money because I don't have an income coming in anymore. So yeah, I mean, that's it on the cash journey. Really appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Hit that like button if this was helpful. I basically use the like button as a gauge to see if this is something interesting that you guys want to see more of, or if it was helpful for you. So really appreciate you joining. Until next time, thanks for joining Worried to Wealthy, and we'll talk next week.